The 250cc segment is getting really popular in India nowadays, and the Bajaj Group has the widest selection of 250cc bikes to choose from in the Indian market currently. The Dominar 250 is the latest entrant in this segment and has clearly rewritten the books when it comes to value for money quotient for bikes under 2 lakhs. The Swartpalen 250, launched not too long ago, can be called as value for money because it has been priced on par with the KTM Duke 200. Both of these bikes are quite capable when it comes to their touring abilities. But then, when it comes to choosing between one of them, one might get a bit confused, right? So, today let's get that confusion out of the way and compare both of these bikes in detail. Let's get started. Design of these bikes can't be any different. One tries to be as understated as a mechanical engineer while the other stands out like an attractive woman. The Dominar has bulky proportions and a loud exhaust note, and the fact that it resembles its elder, more exclusive sibling means it does attract a lot of attention, but only from the enthusiasts and fellow riders. In case of the Husky, as the brand is, well, brand new to the market, and as the general public simply isn't used to seeing a scrambler motorcycle regularly, it attracts a lot of unwanted and wanted attention. The Dominar has a more practical and a diluted approach with its good looking but more functional LED headlamp, a big tank and a usable seat, and an understated but good looking rear end. The Swartpalen on the other hand prioritizes form over function with its funky rounded headlamp, a super small fuel tank which is just 9.5 liters by the way, a tail tidy from factory, and the seat which can be best used by a single person. Literally a single person. About these specs, it's only the engine which is common in these two. Other than that, everything else is poles apart. For starters, they share the same basic engine, so they get a 248cc liquid-cooled single with fuel injection and a DOHC head. The bottom end of the engine is identical, but Bajaj has tweaked the head quite a bit for the Dominar. For instance, it gets a different cam profile, a slightly different piston and a low compression ratio compared to the KTM and Husqvarna's. And typical to Bajaj, it gets one additional spark plug for a total of 2 spark plugs on the Dominar 250. As a result, the Dominar 250 makes 27 PS opposed to Swartpalen's 30, and the peak torque is 1 Nm lower at 23 Nm. Both get a slipper clutch and the same 6-speed gearbox, and due to the Domi's relaxed nature, I suspect the Swartpalen has more aggressive sprocketing. The weight is where another difference lies, as the Dominar gets a trellis frame and the Husky a perimeter one. I'm just kidding, it's the other way around. As a result of this different architecture, the Dominar weighs in at 180 kg, while the Husky is a whopping 14 kg lighter at 166 kg. The wheelbase of these bikes clearly define their intended purpose, as the Dominar has a 100mm longer wheelbase at 1453mm opposed to the Husky's 1357, and that's a big difference in motorcycle geometry terms. The Husky gets fat 43mm USD forks up front as well as a 320mm front disc from the Duke 250, while it even borrows the swing arm, the monoshock and the rear brake. The Domi on the other hand gets its bespoke 37mm USD forks, a unique box section swing arm. It borrows its brakes from the Duke 200, so it gets the 300 and 230mm discs front and rear, and also borrows its alloys from the pre-UG Dominar along with the rear monoshock with the same tuning and a 7-step preload adjustability, while the Husky gets completely new set of alloys which are bespoke to the Swartpalen only. The Dominar borrows its tires from the RS200 which are 100 and 130 section front and rear respectively, while the Swartpalen again gets its own bespoke knobby tires to suit its scrambler nature. Another major difference lies in their seat heights. The Dominar gets big and plus seats for both rider and pillion with a seat height of 800mm, while the Swartpalen seat was designed for those great single guys out there. The seat is narrow and the pillion simply does not have enough space. Absence of any mounting points means if the great single guy decides to do long rides, mounting tail bags or saddle bags will prove challenging. The seat height is 835mm for the Husky, which will create problems for guys lower than 5'7" in height. Now considering the weight, the power and the setup differences between these two bikes, how different are they in terms of their character? There's only one way to find out. Comparing both in terms of dynamics is like comparing a Dominar 400 with a Duke 250, because that's exactly what's happening here. One feels civilized, composed and cool-headed, while the other feels like a slightly younger version of the first. What I mean by that is that the Dominar 250, despite having pretty much the same engine, due to its geometry and stuff, feels like a more matured, a more relaxed bike to ride. The bottom end is decent for traffic, but the real performance kicks in only past the 6K mark. Above 6k revs, there is a noticeable surge in power, but it isn't as pronounced as the Husky, and that's mainly due to its weight. The Husky on the other hand feels like a more lively, a younger Dominar 250. It isn't as frantic as a Duke 200 nor as manic as a Duke 390, but give it revs and it does provide adequate thrills. As just like the Dominar, major chunk of power lies in the upper part of the rev range. So keep it in the right gear and rev it past the 7k mark and it just goes. It does not hesitate a bit. The difference in the power band shows us how differently Bajaj has tuned the 250cc engine to feel more torquey in the bottom end on the Dominar. This difference in character continues in the way they handle. The Dominar stays in a straight line unless you ask it to play around politely. But just like a slightly senior person, it just can't dice around as swiftly as it once did. The Husky, however, encourages you to push hard in corners, find that extra gap in traffic. It feels more lively and energetic, and in doing so, the suspension gives super feel and feedback. The front end feels super communicative, and unlike a Duke 200, the upside down forks do absorb the great Indian pothole quite effectively. But then, you need to hold back, as the knobby tires offered on the Swat pylon can get you in trouble if you try to push it as hard as its orange siblings. They provide a decent on-road grip, no concern in any way, but at the limit they simply can't provide as much grip as a regular radial road-biased tire offered on KTM's and Bajaj bikes. Brakes on both have decent initial bite, but the ones on the Dominar do lack in terms of the stopping power. The braking setup on the Swat pylon is identical to the Dominar 400. On the Dominar, I felt the brakes to be a bit lacking in terms of power, but surprisingly on the Swat pylon, the brakes actually feel miles better. That simply comes down to the weight and also a more aggressive tuning on these KTM Huskies. Both get a slipper clutch, which makes for a lighter lever, super useful to live in the city. The gearbox on both are slick and precise, with just the right amount of clicky feeling. Seating postures on both are again different. The Husky has been set up exactly like a street fighter, because it is, while the Dominar is one of the most comfortable bikes in the Bajaj KTM group after the Avenger. Footpegs on the Husky are rear set, not as much as the Duke 250, and somewhat fall exactly below you. The handlebar though isn't forward set as most other street fighters. In all, due to a high seat and a small tank, it does feel like you are sitting on top of the bike. On the Dominar, the footpeg positioning isn't as aggressive and the handlebar is very slightly forward set, but as it is set higher, most won't even notice it. A large tank, low seat and a larger dash area means you will feel like sitting inside the bike. The seats on the Dominar are miles better as they are plush and have the perfect amount of cushioning. In case of the Husky though, it follows a form over function thing way too seriously. As a result, the seat is narrow and is thinly padded, so on longer rides, you will need a gel seat. About the heating, I did feel warm air being thrown at my legs after hooning around the city for a considerable amount of time on the Husky, as the engine is entirely exposed and so is the radiator. On top of it, the single continuous panel below the seat does get warm. On the Dominar, I simply did not face any heating issues as Bajaj does tune the KTM engines to run cooler in their own bikes. These bikes will return similar fuel economy as one produces less power but weighs more while the other is exactly opposite. You can expect to get around 35 kmpl from both if ridden responsibly. But when it comes to the tank range, the Dominar has a clear advantage as it gets a larger 13-litre fuel tank as opposed to the Swat pylon's 9.5. In conclusion, which one among these two should you buy? Well, if you're a rider who likes to ride 70% on-road and 30% off-road, the Dominar 250 is the one to go for. But if you're a kind of rider who likes to ride 30% off-road and 70% on-road, the Swat pylon is the one to go for. Well, all jokes aside, both of these bikes are quite capable, and despite the Swat pylon being pitted as a scrambler motorcycle, the ground clearance on that bike will definitely hurt it when it comes to heavy off-roading or even light off-roading. Then again, when it comes to the styling, if you really want to stand out in the sea of all those common same looking bikes, the Swat pylon is the one to go for. The Dominar again looks good but can look a bit generic at times. So that's pretty much it from my side. Special thanks to Pagaria Bajaj and Pagaria KTM for providing me both of these bikes for a detailed comparison. Contact details are in the description down below. And also, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel as you are very close to hitting 5,000 subscribers on this channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.